All right, everybody, welcome back to the cast-off event. We have a Modern Warfare 3 launch going on, of course, thanks to Game Arena and Cheeto. And we have a very difficult job ahead of us because we have to follow up that Saints versus Screaming Demons match that we just saw a second ago. But we're going to be doing that, hopefully, with the Pulse versus Eternal Empire that'll be coming up. And, Matt, it has been nothing but a blast so far across that first one. Hopefully, we get the same thing in this next one.
I don't know if we're going to be able to top that map one from that first series. I mean, 250 to 247 between the Screaming Demons and the Saints. We do have to say goodbye to the Screaming Demons, unfortunately dropping out of that losers bracket. And, you know, it has been an incredible event so far. We've been going since, I think the guys at the LAN have been going since probably before 8 a.m. And it has been incredible. So many people have come together to help this event come to fruition and be as big as it possibly can. 60 teams, I think, entered this. We've got 7 different sets of casters all competing. It's just a beautiful launch event. And, you know, we want to take the quick time to thank some of the teams and sponsors that funded this and made it possible. One would be Chaos Esports, who just got established in 2023. They've been making a lot of headway in the amateur CoD scene. I know I got to cast them at a LAN a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, we had to bow out to them in this LAN already, but Chaos Esports, thank you guys for doing your part and helping this LAN become what it is, because it has just been an amazing event, even from last year when I got to compete in it and the opportunity to cast. And it, I mean, looks like we're getting right into this one.
Now we're wasting no time whatsoever. We're going to home sweet home for many. I spent many hours of my lifetime in high school on this map here, Terminal. So, of course, a lot of people are going to be favoring current positions and old ones. As we already see, everybody's starting to make their way to the back, trying to navigate over to their first point. We do have quite a few over for Pulse, but we're going to see multiple on the Eternal Empire fall down, but Volcanics falling immediately after.
I mean, Volcanics with a big 2 a lot there, and here is I Camp a Lot. I've gotten the pleasure of casting this man, and he is an absolute demon on the map. But right now, Pulse holding this P1 down, doing a very good job garnering some of this early time, but it's all going to be about this rotation onto this back store, this P2. Ooh. Oh my goodness! It might be, but Camp a Lot says P1 is not over yet. There's still 3 seconds to fight for.
Perfectly playing to his name because he set up the 10 and he continues to cook over the fire. All the bodies are being spun right over the turn. We see him finally go down, but I Camp a Lot took 4 people out before he finally fell.
Spin my head around like a record, baby. He just keeps doing it. Now on to Honor here. Gonna be able to try to find some of these gunfights. He's gonna go down. It's gonna be Volcanics with a big 2. Now rushing in with the pistol, trying to find the shots in. Ooh, Camp a Lot and Crayon. Get it done there with the 3-piece and break this hill open. Eternal Empire may be able to lock down some time here.
Crayon looking like he did not eat any at that because he was focused and thoughtful, but that is not what you wanted to do, is turning away at the last second. That's going to be Risk, who ends up finding his way into the store.
And this is a big 20 seconds here for the side of Pulse. Ooh, a couple of body shots from Splody there, feeling a little nasty there as he's playing in this top plane area. A quick rotation right next door, knocking on in to this P3. A couple of kills go for the side of Eternal Empires. They're going to try to lock this one down. Stun check in, and Volcanics is going to be looking to make his way onto this point. But Eternal Empire, 3 men inside the plane, locking it down.
Blocking down the plane is, of course, the most stressful position on this map, trying to make sure that you can somehow flank together, get in at the same time. They do get a 1-for-1 trade, which gives you an opportunity to maybe catch him in the back. They can see one slide through, and he tried to sneak around, but he gets caught himself. Royal Beams and company getting their way into the plane, but it was not enough to take it over.
And it's just red in the kill feed right now. Eternal Empire finding kills all over the map, and I Camp a Lot. Now we're going to be trying to find a position here in this top AC. Just find one of these kills here, leading on into Burger Town. Finds 1, finds 2. Camp a Lot, 13 and 4. Does go down to Royal there, but now pushing on into Burger Town. The race for the burgers is on.
One thing for certain, though, is Pulse has been able to navigate over to the points quicker and in a hurry. They've been getting, but that is not going to last for too long, as we see they're kind of just freely taking control of the train over the plane to get that position they need right over there. All 4 of them lined up. Are we going to be able to hold down Burger Town? It's kind of tough because they're already trying to get that fight going.
The Burger King in the Burger Town right now, locking this down for Pulse. Royal Beams in there, just playing his life, just having a nice view at the floor right now as his teammates just try to find these gunfights over him. It's a slow push for Eternal Empire right now, and it's a hard hill to break as well. Now over the top, but Volcanics will find him. Crayon's gonna find 2. Crayon almost onto the 3rd, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. Now Honor finds the 3rd. He'll be able to find Royal Beams. This is the man that holds everything on his back for Pulse.
That's all you really need. You just need one to lock it down. Everybody else can just control as you try to sneak their way in. And Royal Beams does finally fall. It took forever to do so, though. Pulse put their lead up to 91 to 82, and they're already navigating over to the store. Let's see if we can maybe keep that held down, but everybody's starting to fall once again.
I mean, it's just quick rotations here on Terminal. Every hill seeming like it's right next door as Campalot adds to that kill total. 16 and 7 right now. He will go down. QP Risk here, trying to fly on into the bookstore to find one, but he's going to get sat down by Splody there, and it's going to be Internal Empire with the early uncontested seconds here on this last hill of our first rotations.
Pulse did an amazing job getting the early points, but it was the Eternal Empire who was able to capitalize bigger on that. Of course, iCampalot was kind of the headway at the start, but right now, let's see if Splody's able to answer back. Do we get one? Yes, we do. Are we able to get the second one? It doesn't matter because he falls anyway, so still holding down here in center.
Oh, but one more player on in. The last push from J Crowns. Going to be good for 2 with QP with another. That's 3 dead in the feed for Pulse. Now opening this hill up. Crayon going to be trying to still fight his way in, but it's a big break for Pulse when they needed it the most. Contested hill time now as now the kills come through. Honor is in this point, and it's Mixie right now here on this P5.
Still 20 seconds left, able to get plenty of points at that. We're going to see them start to trade off and start to navigate out, but everybody's falling. It's all blue on the skulls. Everybody falling so fast, and the red team able to navigate back over to Burger Town.
Yeah, they're going to have to rotate here quick. Eternal Empire trying to lock this down. You see number 5, though. That's QP Risk with a beautiful play here if he can try to flank, but Honor's going to be able to take him out. One more. J Crown's up, one more down, and it's Eternal Empire holding this hill. As for now, P1 in their control. Still 50 seconds to work with and about a 40-point lead now mounted as they look to continue this.
Splody winning that fight, preventing them from being able to rush over. Grenades are flying everywhere. Of course, everybody's grouped up, so you have to try and stand on top of the point. We do get 1-for-1 trades where we're going to see them trade back off. J Crowns and Volcanics both falling.
We're seeing a couple of 5 sprees go around the map here, but no one able to get that dire cruise missile in their back pocket just yet. Still 30 seconds to left with. I mean, I feel like this P1 has just lasted forever as 4 kills dead clean in the feed from Pulse are going to open that and get that last 17 seconds for them. But now it's all about the rotation onto the back store as this dire P2 money hill is about to pop.
Tried to get away as quick as he could, but Honor's going to be able to sneak in a few more points for them as they have still held on to the lead. 175 now to 128.
It's going to be a big hill, though, for the side of Pulse. If they're able to lock this one down, they could implement a lead change, but Splody going to be able to take one out with the Renetti in the backside. Volcanics by himself, just trying to lock down on this back heading. Now another one may enter, but not going to happen for him. Going to have to peek this back. A beautiful read there. There's one, not the second. Volcanics gets sat down. Another one from Campalot, and it's going to be the break for Eternal Empire as they look to push themselves across the 200-point threshold.
Yeah, that was going to be near impossible for Risk. After everybody fell down, trying to hold down the store by yourself while people come from both sides is just not going to happen. And right now, the Eternal Empire doing a great job of catching the hallway. Now, what did they do about trying to come from the store side? They're already able to pick off one. Risk trying to make his way over, and he does win off the fight.
He does win that fight. 20 seconds left as they cross the 200-point threshold. Splody finds one, but no more than that. J Crown's going to be pushing his way into the plane, and look at who it is, Honor, with a huge, huge position here. If he's able to find a couple of kills in this plane, open this hill up, that can be the 40 seconds that Eternal Empire need to put this one away, but it's going to be gunfights that are coming on all angles of him right now. J Crown's still trying to lock down this top cockpit area. He's going to get a couple of shots from inside. Splody as well. 2 kills for each team now, but Royal Beam's going to be able to find the third. It's still a 1v1 here for control of the plane. Royal Beam slides in, gets taken out. Crayon's gonna have to deal with the second as well, and now Eternal Empire fully in control of this hill. Crayon goes for another. That's 3 dead in the feed clean, and it's only 20 seconds now for Empire.
Color coordinated as blue continues to splatter all over the place. Crayon getting every single thing he can ask for there, and he gets the 5 spree, 1 away from that cruise missile as everything they needed here, and only 8 points away from shutting down map 1.
I mean, and you're spawning out in Narnia. This plane is on lockdown. No one close enough for Pulse to get in, and it's 250 to 143. Eternal Empire with a beautiful showing on a map 1 hardpoint on Terminal, and they get the 1-0 lead here early in the series.
A little bit of chaos early on. Of course, you got to be able to play around Burger Town and company. And well, once you get to the plane, we talked about it pre-match. It is so stressful to get in there and control it early. And iCampalot was really the star of the show at the beginning, but Crayon, really the ace that you needed, the MVP to close out that match to make sure there was no shot. Pulse started to rebuild their points, and they take a very dominant map 1.
I mean, and it's all on to Crayon, right? And that back playing position, he's the only man that can hold that down and then get those rotational gunfights to lock in that last little bit of hill time that they needed to get the win. And he absolutely pops off, finds a couple on top cockpit, flies around, pops another one onto Eskies. The guy was absolutely frying all map long, and you really look to him in the end game to be the one to step up, and so it wasn't just a one-man show for Eternal Empire. But regardless of who was stepping up, a 150 to 146 showing, rather 143 showing on map 1. I mean, that's domination. They held the control of the map from start to finish, and they absolutely get it done in what was a pretty dominating fashion. Heading into high-rise S&D, you got to be leaning towards Eternal Empire.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that was very well played, of course, was once they took over store, really everything started to fall apart. And the fact that that wasn't their first map choice either, they're going to be able to go into the follow-up games with Search and the final pick of Skid Row, both in their favor. So they were able to take over what Pulse wanted to start on, and now they get to go into game number 2 here on Search, on High Rise, looking primed and ready after taking a very big dub there. We talked about it earlier. Winning hardpoint is really the tone setter in best of 3 situations, and being able to come out on top of that is super important, and now you got to play it out on somebody else's map pick. Curious to see if we see them actually able to get it done.
Yeah, I'm curious as well, and with Eternal Empire just playing so well there on that map 1 hardpoint, you could definitely see that the team coordination was definitely at a very, very high level as we are already about to head into this high-rise S&D. Right before we get in, I do think that if Eternal Empire can snowball that confidence from that first hardpoint, take it right in to this high-rise S&D, take the gunfights to them early, we could be seeing an early 2-0.
They're starting to get grenade tosses out, get that data early and often. Looks like everybody's starting to navigate over towards A, and we get one off the rip. Volcanics sneaking one out on Crayon. That's a huge way to start off this round.
Absolutely. Getting the first blood right off the bat. Pulse definitely in control right now. Volcanics trying to sneak around, trying to find one of these players, and oh, look at Splody. Ooh. We got a little bit of a sneaky snake here slithering up. Can he find the kill on Royal Beams? This is such a big position from him, especially late in the round like this.
Splody waiting, not trying to go too early. You don't want to give up your position. And he's got a perfect one as he catches Splody. Oh! And he gets the double up on that as well. You take that 2-piece combo every day of the week, and all of a sudden now we're down to 2-2.
Yeah, nice little 2-piece dinner for him there to take home in a to-go box. Now the 2v2, but Volcanics is going to take that, put it in his advantage very, very quickly here. Now in the 1v2, iCampolite, one of the stars of the last map. Can he get it done here with the boomstick in hand? Interesting situation.
It's going to be a little bit harder having to snipe your way to victory in this position, taking on those fights, but it could be done as he almost gets it. That's a no. So close, but right now, can he finish the job? It's going to be very difficult to try to sneak his way around. He's going to get underneath to get the bomb, but the time frame is too low. Won't be able to get that plant. It's going to be game number 1 going to Pulse.
Yeah, just a tough position for him there. After he misses the couple first snipes, you know, they know where his positioning is. They know where the bomb's down. Just a tough, tough round. Not enough time. Not enough gunny, really. I mean, he's playing with the 50 cal sniper. Gonna be a little hard to take a couple of those gunfights, but Pulse up 1-0 right now off the back of that Volcanics 3-piece in the round. Only man with a kill right now for the side of Pulse.
Yeah, it's Splody really being the game changer in that last game, because Volcanics starting off with that grenade, getting the follow-up 2. Everything was looking in favor for Pulse, but once he snagged those 2 away, it made the game way more doable. But Pulse is, they still able to keep it down. We're going to see an early attempt on the plant on B, though. We might see some success, maybe?
Ooh, the stun finally does get him. That bomb is able to get planted, but Honor out of there with his life, and now it's gunfights happening all around the map. Volcanics the only man to go down so far. Now here's the second kill from Splody to give Eternal Empire the 2-man advantage in the round. Royal Beams now with this sniper. QP Risk up top. It's a tough position for them, and now they are both down. The defuse is in, and the round for Eternal Empire on the board.
Yeah, great position usually on Heli if you could get there without anybody noticing, but once they caught on to that, it was over. There's no way you're going to be able to get that peak. They're going to be paying attention to you the whole time, and Eternal Empire able to answer right back, looking way better there in map 2.
Yeah, definitely looking a lot better there in round 2. You even things up 1-1, and I mean, HX, are we going to see it again where we just go back and forth 1 round at a time? I would love it. I would love it. I mean, you know us in the booth. We want to see the round 11s. I know you guys do too. Let's hope that Eternal Empire and Pulse can give us one right here. Not at 1 apiece right now. A long way to go.
Remember, the pressure is on too. This is the elimination side of bracket, trying to make their way to the round of top 8 qualifiers for Championship Sunday. And in order to get to, you got to get there to get a piece of that $8,000 on the line. And everybody playing their heart out at the moment, but heart only matters so long. Depending on if you get caught by a grenade, will we see another stray one potentially find its mark? Not this time.
No, not this time. Not quite far enough here. This Splody, though, he's got a good position, but may have just given himself away. An early bomb plant going to be able to go down here. Still a 4-man up situation. 4-man force 4-man. Headbutt CoD about to come up as 36 seconds left as QP Risk going to be sliding up here. Already the first blood, though, comes through for Camp-A-Lot. Don't
fall asleep on Splody up there. He still has a good position. Maybe sneaks him out. We see 2 fallen Royal Beams and Volcanics, and Jake Crowns falls too. Risk all by himself. Can he win the 1v3? That answer is no, as Eternal Empire go back-to-back.
And they do, finding 2 rounds in a row here to take the lead in this one over Pulse. And they've been kind of clean rounds. We haven't seen more than 1, maybe 2 players go down for Eternal in these rounds that they're able to pick up right here, as you see Crayon finding that last kill there. 2-1 advantage now up. If they put a 3rd round on the board here, the pressure could be mounted on Pulse very, very early.
Difference of positional lead there too. Crayon got removed from the picture right off the bat in game number 1. Answered back with 2 kills that round. So that's definitely something that you love to see. And just looking across the entire thing there, Honor sitting on a 3-kill streak himself.
Absolutely. QP Risk playing this top little heady, trying to find something down mid, but nothing showing for him here. Splody gonna go ahead and get stunned there. A little bit of a nade check out. I love this bottom positioning from these players, trying to get MWIII early. Oh, an explosion kill from Splody. Takes one out there, but J Crown's gonna be able to even things back up in the round pretty easily there. Finds the kill as the bomb in hand as well. 3v3, but QP Risk going down, leaves it in a 2v3 for the side of Pulse.
J Crowns and Royal Beams need to coordinate very well, and instead we're going to see J Crowns' head get ripped right off, again, trying to sneak his way through there. Now, 1v3 situation, bomb is in the middle. You still got a decent amount of time with 45 seconds, but there's a lot of work to be done, and he almost got one, but he's not going to win out on that fight.
Nah, just too many angles to check there, and it's Eternal Empire. 3 rounds in a row right now to put the pressure all on Pulse. You give away another round, go down 4-1 very early in this high-rise S&D, and you could be staring a tall mountain to climb right in its face.
We mentioned it before, the first map pick of Terminal was on Pulse's choice. Here, High Rise, this was Eternal Empire. They have map advantage to what they wanted going into games 2 and 3. And so far, after that first round, a little bit of a rough start because of the early kill, but it looks like they have really picked it back up here, Matt. And I don't know what the answer is going to be from Pulse to get themselves back in.
I mean, after just kind of getting dominated really in a in over 100-point fashion in that first map, already down 3-1, you've got to imagine the confidence factor for the side of Pulse is very, very low right now. They've got to hit a mental regain very soon, or we are going to be staring a 2-0 scoreline in the face.
Might happen. You can see Risk paying close attention to Camp-A-Lot. Got that data early on and recognizes he's still on the heli bump after he threw the grenade. It actually gave him a second to get up there. But Camp-A-Lot actually going to drop down at the right moment. And then Volcanics almost catching him. That was actually very funny, just hopping his way around, somehow getting away with his life.
He's playing whack-a-mole there. He sees heads popping up every side of the helicopter right here. And the crazy thing is, no one finding a first blood. As I say that, though, Volcanic's going to be able to find one. Immediately traded back out. Now it's a 3v3 with 30 seconds left in the round. Clock is starting to become a factor for the side of Eternal Empire. They've got to go. They've got to find a plant here, and that's exactly what Honor's going to be trying to do. Sliding up, just trying to find a kill, but he's going to get taken down. Now the plant's going to have to come in on the A site. It's the only site open. He goes down as well. 1v3 situation now for the side of Crayon, and it's just looking like it's going to be Pulse's round.
Crayon fighting with the map for a second there too, not able to sneak his way through, and this is going to be a free win for them as he run out. Was already way too damaged to take on any fight, even if he started pulling the trigger first, was most likely going down in a trade-off there, and Pulse keeping themselves going. A little bit of a dangerous position that Eternal Empire got lost on in the beginning, and hey, you take that every day of the week. Let's see if maybe they can make that continue into a 3-3 even set count.
Free 99, baby. Free 99 for the side of Pulse there. I mean, they had to have a round right there, right? You go down 4-1, you're already down 1-0 in the series. Things are going to start to look very doom and gloom. But hey, you get that round, you even things up a little bit. You're only down 1 round. Big difference between 1 and 3. It's a big swing round for the side of Pulse.
Definitely can happen. We're going to get some early data right there. Does he sneak out a kill against Camp-A-Lot? He did. So close, so many shots coming through, but a little bit too far away to line up the perfect shot. But Matt, that would have been such a huge win, but we do see a double up trade-off. We're gonna see Crayon also answer back as well. They're already down to 2.
Already down to 2. It's a 2v3 for the side of Pulse. It was a good start to the round. Looked like they might find the early first blood, but the only hit markers found for the side of Pulse, and now Royal Beams. Oh, I thought he might have gone for the assassination, but he evens things up. 2v2, that Rival 9 ringing true. Now the shots come in onto Risk, and it's going to leave all onto Royal Beams here in the 1v2 situation.
Much more doable position here now with having the 1v2, but the problem is both Splody and Crayon have been playing phenomenally over the last couple games. We're going to get one, though, because he's not looking the right way. Royal Beams can definitely make it happen, as it is now a 1v1 versus Splody.
I mean, all Eternal Empire needs to do is just play around that bomb. Look at where it's trapped all the way onto the B site. Pulse is in Narnia right now. He's got to go retrieve this bomb, but he's so far away. All he needs to do here for the side of Splody is just play this bomb, and you can see him down there through the X-ray, being a sneaky snake, playing the low, but he's got the shoulder peek on him. Finds the kill, though. Eternal Empire, Splody. A beautiful 1v1 there to get them the 2-round up advantage here. 4-2, still having full control over this map, too.
Great patience on Splody, never really trying to force anything that was necessary. It was just unnecessary to try and move out of that position. Make sure you keep that game still in line, because if he's got to waste his time to go deal with the fight with you, that bomb's never getting planted, and they are 2 individual games away from knocking out Pulse from the bracket. Bro, he's been fire sets back and forth. Like,
I mean, it's been incredible CoD.
One of the things that that Pulse has been struggling a little bit on, though, is just getting early control. What do you want to see differently out of them to try and get themselves back in this match?
Maybe just a little bit more aggression here on the defensive side. I'd like to see them get into it a little more early. They're just finding a lot of places. I was wondering what that sound was. It was a cruise missile flying in. That's what I thought. It amounts to nothing. As Crowns does find that first blood, and this is what Pulse needs to do. Play off of that first kill. Now you can slow down a little bit. This is where you need to stop chowing like that. Splody's gonna find a free 99 kill right in the back, and it evens things up into a 3v3. It's just when you need to be aggressive in the right moments.
Jay Crown's looking to try and get one right there. He's going to be able to sneak one out and over on Honor. So we have the 2v2. Ooh. Now we have the guaranteed 2v2.
Just giving away positions that maybe you should keep in the back pocket. Nonetheless, it's a 2v2 situation. All of these players slowly moving around the map. Crayon does have bomb in hand. Quick stun check over to no avail. Now going to be able to try to plant this bomb down. Absolutely. Gonna give them the advantage here with that bomb going down. A little bit of a nade check, though. Not gonna hit. Crayon gets that bomb planted. He's out of there. Ooh, awkward gunfight, but he finds it. And now in the 2v1, Risk, the last one alive. Is he going to be able to find this? Splody has got a nasty angle right here inside this elevator. QP's got to find the bomb defusal too. Ajax, it's looking like a tough position.
It's going to be very difficult to deal with Splody. They have to get the check on him, and that is not going to be what happens. They're looking for any type of route they could take at all, which was just covered all the way through. And Matt, we have now gone down to the last game. We mentioned it before, and worth saying again, the Eternal Empire, they get position early, and even in some of the times where they get caught, they've been able to walk away with their life. They're not finishing off the gunfights that they've started. And Pulse, it's do or die. You have no other option now. You have to get the job done.
Yeah, your back is fully against the wall here. You're in the loser's bracket. You've got to come up big. If you don't, you could be kissing your tournament hopes goodbye here at the Game Arena in Columbus, Ohio. It's been a great event so far for both of these teams. Pulse doesn't want to go home yet. A quick, cheesy kill from an explosion gives them the man advantage in the round, and now they have to take advantage.
You said we take those, and they got the first round off of a very similar situation, so let's see if they can capitalize here. They do have Crayon and iCamp going still well, but Splody's been the big problem. You see both of those 3 kill streaks right now. Great position for Crayon to try and cover A. They do get some data on where he was hiding, and are they able to maybe make something happen? No, it's going to be Crayon who gets that one, but 2 in the mix of it. Crayon has been on fire, and now they have such a great position. They only have 1 left. Royal Beams has to be the one to get it done to try and keep them alive.
And he's going to be able to find one on the back of Splody there, but it still leaves him in a tough 1v2 position. Tournament hopes all on his shoulders for Pulse. 1v2, bomb down as well, all the way out in Narnia. It's not looking like the position that he wants to be in, trying to find a kill, trying to find an angle, but Ajax, nothing popping their head yet. Eternal Empire is going to camp up. They will wait this out. 18 seconds left, and they will be moving on.
there is a win condition on the board, and that is just do not give yourself away. You could get to the bomb, but there is no world where you're going to get that plant before we catch you already getting that position that he needed and loses out in the final fight, just to make sure that you knew that there was no shot that you were going to win. And the Eternal Empire take it 2-0 after being sent into the loser side of bracket by the #1 overall seed back in round 1. They have only won since they've been sent down to losers, and they're 1 round away now where they will play up against Pobo Esports to try and make it into top 8 Championship Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, they got to try now to continue that losers run that they've started, and it's been an incredible one so far. For the side of Pulse, though, you gotta feel for the guys, right? I mean, trying to make this losers bracket run, they had a pretty good pool play yesterday, just running into what was a brick wall in Eternal Empire. I mean, absolute domination from the side of Empire this game. I mean, from start to finish, Ajax just looking like they were in full control of this series. And a 2-0 that when, how we said in the last one, when you go back and you look at it on the bracket, you see a 2-0. In the last one, it doesn't tell the full story. In this one, 2-0, everything you need to know.
Yeah, that one was just as clean of a sweep as you could ask for from Eternal Empire. We talked about it before, the round 1 map pick was going over to Pulse, but Terminal is just one of those maps that everybody knows what to do on at this point. It's a comfort pick. It's a great option to go there to try and get early control early and often because of the great hills like you were mentioning earlier, but that was just not the case. They lost out on so many fights. They lost out on so many positions where they had control on it because not just Crayon, but I Camp a Lot, really the MVP of game #1, and then everybody pulling it together there for game #2. And if I'm Pobo Esports, after seeing the way that they were able to coordinate, I'm feeling a little bit frightened going into that next match.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things that we talk about when you're playing competitive CoD is just having good teamwork. Makes the dream work, right? I mean, they played so well off of each other. Every time one person took a gunfight, if they go down, the trade is immediately there. Playing your trades to a T, hitting your rotations every single time they needed to. It was perfectly played CoD through those 2 maps, 250 to 143, and then 6-2, an absolute domination of a hardpoint and of an S&D really from the Eternal Empire, and that's why they're going to be moving on in that bracket, still trying to fight for a spot on Championship Sunday. And Ajax, speaking about fighting for a spot on Championship Sunday, that's exactly what you and I are doing here in the GA Castoff. Not only do we have 60 teams competing with each other, but we also have a very, very handsome set of lineup of casters here, as well as me and Ajax. If you thought that we were your favorites, if you liked us the best, even if you just like how sexy we look on the cams, man, go ahead and throw us a vote there. The link will be posted as well on Game Arena's Twitter as well. You could go ask the Nightbot in chat. It'll give you links to anything you want. Brackets, voting, anything you need. Speaking of the bracket as well, let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket here, Ajax, because it's been an incredible day of CoD, and already just looking at how this bracket is shaping out, you can tell what teams are really here to make a stay. And you got Newberry College, obviously running the College CoD League, being one of the greatest teams in that league. You've got the Saints, you've got Galaxy Gaming, Pobo Esports, Eternal Empire, so many great and talented teams here already in this losers bracket. Out of those teams that we see that have already made it the full distance, who's your kind of dark horse to run the table here, make the losers bracket run, maybe even get to the grand finals?
I mean, this one's going to be a fun way to try and look at it, because as you were talking about with the cast off and the fact that we're here today, this is the first time I've ever actually casted Call of Duty, and the honor that I got to have of watching the Saints perform the way that they did, I feel like Prod and company are just they're just on fire. We saw some incredible plays early on, but this is also a team that were able to take a game off of Houston, and the fact that they were able to do that and then still continue to play the way that they have, including in the very clutch moments they needed to against Screaming Demons. A lot of bias on that recently, of course, is definitely feeling like I have to just back the Saints to what that they were playing.
I mean, I think the Saints is not a bad pick at all. I mean, for me, they're one of those teams that definitely shows the mental side of the game, right? a lot of people talk about what can you do on the sticks, how good is your gunny, but CoD is one of those games where everyone at this level can shoot straight shots. It's about your mind for the game. It's about when the Saints, they only are 3 seconds away from losing. They have to find a kill, to have the mental wherewithal to be able to not get checked, to not get frantic, have good clean comms, lock it down, shows me that going on when the pressure gets tough, when the pressure starts mounting, they are able to respond in the best of ways. For me though, I gotta say, Eternal Empire is just one of these teams, man, that has just been looking dominant, man. And a lot of showings that they're in, it's beautiful played CoD, beautiful teamwork, and I really think they're one of those teams that just has it all to go the whole way.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's all about bunkering down and maybe camping a little bit. Like, kind of like I Camp a Lot, who was a big part of why they won that first match and was able to help contribute to that team, really kicking things off. So I think we'll be throwing it over in a moment to actually hear from I Camp a Lot, who has joined us now.
Hey.
Look, there's really no other way to put it. Y'all were dominant in game number one. A lot of off the back of the way that you were able to control Burger Town. How are y'all feeling going into this next match after the way y'all played those 2 games?
We're feeling hot. We're ready. We're ready for what's to come. We're ready to make Sunday and make a lot of upsets.
I mean, I got to cast you at the last event that you played in, I think the Viral Size LAN. You were dominant almost every time I got to watch you there on the sticks, and now heading into this one. Modern Warfare 3, how are you feeling about it compared to last year? It seems like your team is almost hitting a bit of a new flow. Is it the added movement back? Is it the maps? How are you feeling heading into this new game?
Well, I think we're really confident in our skills on the game, so the movement really helps. It helps us get around and feel more confident on the map. The guns feel great, the health feels great. I mean, everything feels great. The only things that need to be fixed are the spawns and some tweaking to the to the guns. But I mean, overall, MWIII so far has been great. Just a little update here and there needs to be included.
Well, something that definitely has to happen, even with all of those other parts of it, is positioning and coordination. And that's something that all of you did very well. Crayon and Splody especially, and that second game really picked it up a ton, where everybody was trying to get something figured out on the side of Pulse. They started off with that first round, but y'all just looked at it and said, look, we still have 6 more rounds that are going to be in our win column after this. And the way that y'all coordinated that, I have a lot more confidence in the way that y'all are going into this. I think that we do see you in that championship Sunday.
I mean, I hope so. We got one more match, and then we have a good night, and we get to play a lot more CoD tomorrow. Can't wait.
And sir, it's been a great event here, and we got one more question before we let you go. We've seen some of these interviews get a little bit spicy. I need a little something for the casting booth before we call out here. Who do you want to play? Is there any player that you really want to see across from the sticks from you, who you really just want to shut down?
I really want to get across from Conwa.
Oh!
Last at the Viral Sizes LAN, it was we went map 5 passion match, and I think it's time to get my trade. Was that the map where y'all were only supposed to play 3, but you guys just agreed to just straight up play 5? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
These guys were going back. When he says absolute passion match, he is not joking. At Camp a Lot, it's been an amazing event so far. It's been an amazing time watching your guys perform, and best of luck to you heading into Championship Sunday in your next match, man.
Thank you so much, man. I hope you guys have a good time casting.
You too, brother. And that was I Camp a Lot from the side of Eternal Empire. Absolute dominance out of him and that squad today, at least as far as we were casting. But Ajax, again, we want to mention it one more time. If you liked us, go ahead, get that vote in. The links are going to be in. We still got 2 more amazing sets of casters coming up. It's been an amazing day here at the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 launch tournament by Game Arena and Cheetahwunga. And for me and Ajax, that is going to be all from us.
One more second, Matt. I have to say this because you know, getting to do this in general. Shout out to Cheeto for hitting me up and bringing this up in the first place, because this is actually my 20th game that I've casted on any level at all. And I will say, just today, I love what we just got to witness and what we got to do, and I definitely want to do this more. So if you'd like to help contribute to keep me and Matt going, because this Matt is an all-star who needs to get way more attention. Everybody, we love everybody who's been casting all day and been to the best team win, but I definitely would like to still do this tomorrow with the way that was. It's hard to want to back off of that. So it's been a lot of fun, and no matter what happens, thank you very much for Game Arena and Cheeto for actually hitting us up in the first place, as we get to get 2 more. We still got 2 more pairs to go after us, with some more matches still to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy event. Thank you guys for sticking around with me and Ajax. And again, if you want to see us tomorrow, make sure just go ahead, hit that vote for us. Other than that, grab some snacks, grab some water. You got to make sure you stay hydrated through this long day of CoD. And when we come back, we're going to have 2 new casters on the deck for you and some more beautiful action out of Game Arena coming up next. Thank you guys.